Let's go over a few things. So, first off, the tanks. I'll go over the tank stuff. I don't know why I actually went DPS. That's stupid. Also, I am still sick, but I'm coughing up the bad stuff now. So, I'm really happy. It means I'm getting better. It means I'm getting there. So, okay. So, basically, for us as tanks, in our tank role, we have this new ability called Scar Tissue. This is a new passive that we get. With Scar Tissue, our health is increased by 50% of our dominance, okay? So, as soon as we go into tank role, our health gets boosted. Cool. Now, with Rage, we have the health stacking. We have this health stacking portion to it. On live servers, the health stacking requires us to have multiple enemies around us, and our health will skyrocket with no cap. Like, you can just, 10 enemies around you, pew, 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 it's like, shoo, just shoots up. We don't have that in the on the revamp. That health stacking has been capped, and it's also been reworked as well. So instead of having the multiple enemies around us, our combo meter will actually determine how much health we have, and our health will be maxed out at 130% of our dominance. Now, I have not done the calculations because I also need to actually work with the combo meter a bit to see where our maximum is. Our maximum right now at CR 166, no mods or anything, I'm maxed out at like 31k, which with the calculations that I have on my Excel sheet, it's actually supposed to be a lot more than that. It's actually supposed to be around 35k. So there are some issues there with the math on the developer side that I feel that's wrong. My math on Excel might be wrong, but I'm waiting for Moja to really come in and confirm if it's working correctly. I don't think it really is, because at the same time, I went up to like 50 hit point, 50 combo, 50 times on my combo meter, and it stopped me right there at the 31k. I didn't get up any higher. So that's what Scar Tissue does for us. So we still have our rage mechanic. We will still absorb, as you see severe punishment here. We get enraged. This is our new ability that's called. We get enraged. Enraged allows us to heal back a portion of damage to us for 8 seconds, similar to how we have it here. Similar to how we have it on the live servers. Any damage you take gets turned into heals. Cool. But there is a difference. There's a change. On live servers, we heal back 100% of the damage done to us. On the revamp with Enraged, we absorb 75% of the damage and gets turned into heals for us. Now, yes, that's a nerf, but it's actually it's an expected nerf. Any of us Rage players will know that we are pretty strong when it comes to multiple adds around us. When we have to take in all this damage, we basically heal back all of it, and we're like, oh yeah, this is good. But that's also because on live server is broken. The damage that's coming in on the enemies here on test server is not that astronomical, so we don't need to have 100% brought back to us. Now, I would love to have 100%, but I mean, I'm working with what we have and seeing how it plays out. The 75% what I played with last night, it's not strong. And also at the same time as Rage tanks, we are going to need those heals from healers a lot more than what we are used to. Not to say that we never needed heals before. It's a different dynamic, because I rather have a controller with me at all times when I'm running as a Rage tank, and a healer just goes whatever. And also I stress my healers out because it's like, oh my god, he dropped down to so low, and then I just jump right back up, and it's like, oh well, fuck him. So now we're looking more at the healers are going to be more prominent for Rage tanks. Now again, the 75% absorption turned into heals, it's quite low. It's probably going to need to be bumped up to at least maybe about 85% in my eyes. But what also severe punishment does in this enraged state is I gain furor, or fervor. I'm sorry, I gave fervor? I never knew how to pronounce this word. Fervor, which increases our defense by 55% while blocking, while not blocking. Well, that's what we do. As tanks, I think it's actually here in the tank role. Once you're in the tank role, you already get a plus 50% to your defense while not blocking. While severe punishment is active for the 8 seconds, our defense is increased by 55%. So this is on par with the other tank powers that have that 105 percentage. It's basically where we have to use severe punishment in our tank role already now. So we now have damage mitigation. Unlike that, we don't have damage mitigation on live server. We take all that shit. We take it all. I mean, true, our defense from our gear and everything from mods, but it doesn't matter. We don't spec in defense. We spec dominance, and it's like, come on, bring it in. So we do have now, our defense is the same across the board with atomic and with ice. So, and again, this is during the 8 seconds. So it's cool that we have a damage mitigation. It's really cool. But we also have this issue where the 75% is basically, it's balanced out. That 75% absorption was 100% taken down to 75%, was so now we have this defense buff as well. This is where it balanced out. So, as a balance act, if we increase the enrage, the absorption damage turning into heals, that means our defense is going to lower as well. Now, at the same time, if we're going to be absorbing 100% of the, as an example, if we're going to absorb the 100% of the damage, fuck defense. We don't need it. Why do we need a damage mitigation if we're going to absorb all that damage anyways? Well, that's why we got rid of the 100%. Now, again, it does take away from what makes rage feel raged. We don't really feel like we can take on a group of ads by ourselves without dying a lot, in which I'm hoping to get into a raid a little later and seeing how that goes. But that's really the big difference right there, is our heals have been, our self-absorption heals have been nerfed down to 75%. I do feel it needs to go up a tad bit, not to 100%, but it just needs to be increased a bit more. But I won't actually have a good knowledge on that until I get into an instance. The other change that was done is Relentless Anger. Relentless Anger is now a supercharged generator. Relentless Anger is now an actual, basically, it's a front flip into damage, and also does the plasma burn P, and also gives the plasma burn PI. Surprised no one wants Revenge animation changed back. I didn't actually see any difference with it. Maybe it's because I've been doing it for so long. Now, I'll actually show you my loadout as well that I have for tanking. It's to play around with it. So, with Rage, we are not like the other tank powers. We now have Ire, we still have Ire, and we still have Ferocity. We still have 2 of our breakouts where the other tank powers do not. They only have 1. So, and that's because of our Rage mechanic. These group breakouts here are still on an 18-second cooldown, which is the standard across the group breakouts for tanks. We have to have 2 because when we're doing our raid, when we're about to crash and we have to cancel, we pop our group breakout, use our canceller, which is E-chain in this loadout, and then we keep on trucking. And then Severe Punishment 8 seconds later is going to crash again, cycle through to Ferocity. It's back and forth with Ire and Ferocity, back and forth. So having our 2 breakouts is still the same in that aspect. Now, Redirected Rage isn't my tank loadout because I actually want to try this out. So I did figure out the strength for Redirected Rage. It will absorb 30% of the damage coming in. It absorbs 30%. 30.12%. Let's go with that. So it's not as strong as any Ice Shield, and I don't really know how strong the Atomic Shield is. I didn't. I meant to look over, but I didn't. I meant to. I didn't. I forgot. I'm sorry. But what else was changed? Oh, so Leech Abilities. I'll explain. Ragebringer, you see here in the description, just like a description on live server, receive receive healing equal to a portion of the damage dealt. So, as Ragebringer, any damage that we deal to enemies as our pull, and also Rage Blast and Without Mercy do the same things, we get heals back for that damage. Well, the Leech ability has been changed a bit, and this is basically what it's classified as a Leech ability. So, on the tank side, as a tank, we will get 100% of the heals back, but we do lower damage. Okay? So if Ragebringer does 1500 damage to a target, I'm going to get 1500 heal back. In DPS role, the heal is going to do you'll get healed back 25% of the damage dealt, but your damage is increased. So hopefully that is explained very well. I see why not breaking anything. So, let's go ahead and do this now. If you guys have any questions about Rage, go ahead and ask them now. We'll go ahead and do a nice little talk about for a little bit before we jump into stuff. So I'm waiting to see if Why Not has any questions. Yeah, let me switch over to my DPS because I have it on there. Let me see. Okay. Nope. The animation's fine. They reverted the animation back. Basically, remember Rage Blast. As Rage Blast, Without Mercy, and Ragebringer are the three abilities that do heals back for the damage dealt. In tanks, we'll get 100% of the heals back, but the damage will be lowered. Whereas in DPS, they'll get 25% of the heal back, but then increased damage. So it's a balance act. It really is about balance. As tanks, we don't really need to worry about doing a lot of damage. Unless you're really built as a battle tank, then by all means try and go for it. You may not want to use... but you'll be getting more... you'll still be getting some pretty good heals from like Ragebringer, Rage Blast, and Without Mercy. I'm really not sure how to even build for a battle tank kind of an aspect. Now, Ballin did ask... this is my loadout. This is my loadout, Barry. I'll have to show you. Let me talk about... I'll just get over here. Vindictive. So, an LT posted on the forums. He just posted on the Rage thread about Vindictive, where Vindictive is at a... Oh, I'm sorry. So, this is also another thing that's really been messing me up. Yes, he is asking for a 173. That he is. That's right, Frenzy. Meow, 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 meow. So this is also a thing. In DPS role, Vindictive is at a 12-second cooldown. All right, Outrage, 3-second cooldown. Wait for it. Tank roll. Outrage. 6 seconds. Vindictive. Oh, still at 12 seconds. Good. So I think it's only affecting the rage combos are actually longer in cooldown. So tanks have longer cooldowns. What's up with that? I don't even think Atomic does that. So it was really weird, to say the least. But yeah. So about Vindictive. So Vindictive is our supercharge that also gives us the enraged ability that we take back any damage dealt, we'll get healed back, and we're also immune to the rage crash. So you basically pop Vindictive to save yourself from rage crash if you can't hit anything else, and then you still get all that damage taken. Gets turned into heals. And we still get the defense buff from it as too. So, but here's the deal with Vindictive. It costs Supercharge, but then it's also a Supercharge per second. So you're still draining your Supercharge when you have it active. Now, Vindictive is still a nice ability to use, but you're really not going to get usage from it unless you're using Relentless Anger, which is your Supercharge generator. So it's a good Supercharge. It's probably good to use in boss fights itself, but using it as a mainstay in your loadout, like within your rotation, you're going to need Relentless Anger, but you're putting two abilities in there that you're going to try and put Relentless Anger in there. What are you going to remove in order to put it? I can get rid of my shield, so I basically use... So as an example, I could use Severe Punishment. Severe Punishment, 8 seconds are done. I have 4 seconds of cooldown. I use Vindictive for 4 seconds. And I use Relentless Anger in my rotation as well. Then, once Severe Punishment's off, turn off Vindictive, and then come back over here to Severe Punishment. But the problem is, Vindictive is also on a 12-second cooldown. So, wow, actually, now that I just thought of that, I want to try it. That's interesting. Because I have the shield, so I'm wearing my shield for 4 seconds, or trying to. So I'm not too crappy in that 4 seconds. Correct, why not? Relentless Anger now does the Plasma PI. Yeah, Lurker, I'm in Gotham Under Siege. It's raining. Blazing, it might be a bug. The combo thing, it might be. I don't think Atomic has that kind of thing, so I need to probably take a look at it. That's an interesting thought process, Blazing, to do. It really is. I might suggest it. Actually, I'll probably go ahead and put that in one of the threads, or even in the main thread. That's not a bad idea. I'm not sure how they would do it, but it's interesting. No, Gauntlet Eruption still needed. It still Gauntlet Eruption still reduces the Rage Crash. Violence now reduces the Rage Crash, and it also inflicts the Plasma Burn. What? I think those are the only two still. Oh, and Plasma Retch. Where are you, there you are. Nope, Plasma Retch is ignored. It's an ignore. I don't remember Plasma Retch actually being an ignore though, on live. That might be something else. Like power option to build a supercharged tank. Increasing supercharged regeneration with weapon attacks might be interesting. I would put that into the forums and see what if the VAR can look at that. It's not a bad suggestion. I'm not sure. I'm just not sure mentally how it would fit. What else? Okay, so Remorseless Recovery. Remorseless Recovery and Infuriate. I'll make sure to put Infuriate in that as well, because they both do the same thing, okay? So Remorseless Recovery is still the best. So with Remorseless Recovery, you receive healing equal to a portion of damage dealt to enemies, but it's capped at a percentage of your dominance and restoration. That percentage, I'm not sure what it is. I don't know how it's calculated. It will probably take me and probably someone else who's really good at math to probably figure it out. But at the same time, pay attention to the last sentence. This effect can only occur 6 times. So we have Remorseless Recovery buff going on for 6 seconds, when it's going to be on cooldown for another 12. Now, wording, it's scary. It's really worrisome. But this is what you have to remember as well. As a tank, in our tank role, Remorseless Recovery, we're going to get back 100% of that health, of that healing from the damage we do. So again, Remorseless Recovery, I do 1500, I get 1500. On the DPS side, using Remorseless Recovery, you're going to get 25%. But and the damage damage doesn't get increased. So now, I will say that on the DPS side, I will need to test it to see if it is 25%, because of course when I hear a portion of your damage, there it is. So when I hear a portion, it's like, oh, I'm only going to get a percentage. But when I was using it, I got 100% back, but I was in tank roll. No, I was in DPS when I did it on that video. I need to look at that again. I think I was getting back 100%. I think I was getting 100% back. I'll have to take a look. Another change is Bloodlust. You guys have been seeing me on the live server. I've not been using Bloodlust basically at all. Because I knew Bloodlust was going to be the weapon buff. So, yeah. It's going to occur 6 times on cooldown. So, the first 6 seconds will be it. Now, you know what? Let me rephrase. With the wording in there, with that wording, it can only occur 6 times. So what I think that means, and where I'm going to need to test this out, is let me go back to it so you guys have the visual. So this effect can only occur 6 times. So if I'm in a fight, if I am fighting something, and I only use it 3 times, within that 12-second span, I can use it 3 more times before it goes away. Thought process, that's where I think. Might not be the case, but we'll have to, of course, take a look at it. I feel like I need to do a video for each individual power. I feel that's what's going to have to need to happen. Crap. So much video stuff to do. Ha ha. What else? Ire still does the same thing. It still heals us. Ferocity. Still the group breakout. But what this also, what it newly does is the next hit that you do does additional damage. So whether it be a weapon attack or a power ability, whatever you do damage-wise next is going to do additional damage. I'm not sure how much damage it does. I gotta take a look. Mad Hatter. You might have to put your own group together to show the loadout in action instead of waiting on a pug. Oh, I'm not waiting for a group or anything. I'm just here discussing changes. People just have questions, and I'm just here answering stuff. Why not? If you hit the chat command !PC test, I believe it is, you can. It will give you the link to go and download the PC test client on your PC. I don't call in sick. My job, no one else can really do my job unless it's a supervisor, and it's a pain in the ass for them. And it's like I'm too nice at my job, and even though I really hate it, I would love to just take a day off. Technically, like, this weekend is supposed to be it's now my days off. Yeah, I probably should be in bed resting this, but it's like, I got things to do. You guys need stuff to see. Yay! Oh. I really think those are really the only big changes that came about. Oh, Frenzy. Take your computer to work. That's a big setup, man. Frenzy. Got Mew. This is okay. Let me show you. This is why I had Frenzy. I got kitty claws. Meow. So it has a new animation, just graphically. Still the same meow thing, and it's also a frontal cone in front of you. It'll hit multiple enemies in front in a nice cone. Um, but it's still like I'm using it because I like it. It's too fun. It's I like it. I'm a child. I'm so sorry. But here's the problem, though. I want you to take a look at my power bar, okay? So Frenzy is what's considered a low power cost. Its base power cost is 100, but so it's in the low power cost. With Rage, and along with Hard Light, Celestial, and Atomic being combo powers, our combos now use power. It uses significant less power. Sorry, my eye is twitching. Your ability has a set power cost, but then the combos after it are significantly less, and they use your power as well. So with Frenzy, you have to remember you're going to use the power. That's 1, and then you have to use the combo 6 more times. That power bar gets down to about 25%. And even with the passive power regen really going with it, it's still 20% power usage. That's still a lot. Now, with Rage, though, it's a 2-hitter. It works just fine. And same with Eviscerate and Chain. Like, it gets almost up to 25%. Almost. Now, let me show you guys. I think you guys might like this. And this is another change that came about. In my damage loadout, let me put in Outrage. I want to know if you guys notice anything different. I'll sit here and wait if anyone has any questions. We did joke about it, Barry. We did. I told you. If Frenzy is able to become an actual useful power in a melee loadout, Rage is OP. Just like, it's over, man. It's over. I got nothing. Sorry, I answers him. Extra measure? That's what you see, Barry? That's what you see? Look at it. It's right there. When have you ever had to tap melee for Rage? Rage has 2 combos. I'll show you. So with Outrage, we do the normal lunge attack. But if you tap Outrage, you'll do Outrage, the animation, a second time. And then when you hold melee, you'll do the normal extra measure that Outrage has. So, I forgot to put it in my loadout. I'll explain it here. So, here you go. So, this is what we're used to. This is the new Outrage. Sorry, I messed it up. Whee! Ooh. That's our new animation. We now have a second combo with it. Sweet. I mean, Dreadful Blast still does it too. I mean, Dreadful Blast still has its stuff. Just like it's, whatever, right? Let's see. Whoa, I did not look at Rage Blast. You want to see it again? Yeah. Yeah, I'll show you. Rage Blast. So this is the wording that needs to be everywhere with all of it. Because Rage Blast, again, is one of those abilities that give us healing back as we do the damage. So it decreases the damage dealt, but increases the total healing. Again, We do less damage with these leech abilities like Rage Blast, Rage Bringer, and Without Mercy, but our health, our healing is increased by 100%, so we get back all that damage. And, you know, taunts a single target. The effect is more powerful and will not be broken, blah, 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 blah. Okay. Alright. Watch carefully. Outrage. 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 Right? That is a 200 power cost. It's basically a medium power cost ability. And the power animation, yeah, the power, they just added another combo. One more. All they did was just add another combo to it. So now you do outrage, outrage, and then extra measure. But look at the power cost, though. The power cost is not smaller at all. So, yeah, 1 second, let me get back up. I mean, the power cost for outrage and the 2 combos basically brings my power bar to half. Now, not all the power animations are changed. Some things are the same, some are not. Now, like with Relentless Anger, let me show you Relentless Anger. This is what Relentless Anger does now. That's the Relentless Anger. That's our supercharged generator. It's our new leap. I like it. So, Outrage... And that's what really bothers me. So I did this loadout as this is my play from the Trey loadout. I use a Eviscerate and Chain, not Outrage. Hey, Technocat, meow. But this is me. I played around with this, and the issue really comes down to Outrage. The power cost for Outrage is too high. When you see all of Atomic, when you look at the Atomic stuff, the Atomic combos are all 100s. They're all base 100, and then they have their combos are a little bit lower. Rage doesn't have that. I haven't even looked at Hardlight and see if Hardlight has that either. So I expected Outrage, Revenge, and all of our abilities to all have a low power cost with our combos. We don't have it here. Now, the power cost, I feel, is a bug. I definitely feel it is a bug, and it will get changed next week. But at the moment, it's impossible to do play from the tray as a Rage. Let me rephrase. It's not impossible, but you will lose power. You just will. Now, my thing is, I'm using martial arts weapon as my weapon. So, as I'm hitting Frenzy, which I normally do, meow, 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 after the combo, I do a couple more extra hits, and I'm doing my melee attacks. So, it of course skews up my numbers a bit, but from play to tray, it's like, what are you gonna do? So, it is a bit skewed, so to speak. That power cost is really hurting, and I'm not even sure how it would even be done in a melee, in a hybrid loadout either. It's really weird. But the playtest that I did, or playthrough that I did, that's on the YouTube channel, I did Seeing Shades. It was fine. I had fun with it. It were only a couple of instances where I ran out of power and I needed to use my soda, or I needed to use my supply drop. But it wasn't too detrimental. I wasn't running around like I was with Atomic waiting for an ability. Because luckily with my combos, I could just hit a combo and then slowly tick away a bit. I believe the head mod does help with the power regen. I do believe so. Indubitably. Remorseless Recovery still gives us health back. and I will actually... Excuse me. Again, still sick.